Bhoot, Pisach, Nikat nahi aave. It's exam day tomorrow at the college. The plan is to pull an all-nighter to study for the paper. I'm sitting on the floor mattress in my room, staring at the laptop screen, zoned out. It's the same slide from the past 30 minutes. Coco has fallen asleep. He is stretched out at the bottom of the mattress and his legs go all the way to the wall. His crumpled striped shirt is up, showing the bulge in his navel. His belly button is similar to Gigi Hadid's. Just that it doesn't do anything to me. He was recently thrown out of his room by his roomie DK. He believes that Coco doesn't put a fair share of work to keep a neat room and has poor hygiene. Bloody pig, you stink, DK snapped one day. It's like a garbage bag is kept next to me. That day onwards, Coco decided to live like a sadhu. Shared the same rent like others, but would sleep in the hall on a wrought iron bed, underneath which we kept our shoes. Sometimes he slept in my room. I don't mind this messy pig. I skip showers once in a while to reach on time for the lectures and go overboard with the perfume. He's like honey that you see when the lid of a sieve is open. My roommate Nagya is in the hall, apparently studying. The other roomie, KDP, is in the bathroom taking a dump. He's there from an hour now. Or maybe I just imagined it. He's a player. There are days when I come home and the room door is shut. It's always a new girl. It's no big deal for him. I find it hard to even talk to girls. If the girl's pretty, it's even harder. I'm sleepy. I decide to make tea for myself. That feels like the only way to keep myself awake for the rest of the night. I get up lazily and start walking towards the kitchen. I'm halfway there when I see Nagya race walking towards the bedroom. There is fear on his face. He's holding the bedsheet with both his hands like a magician performing a disappearing act. All I can see is his washed out face and thin legs. He's in shorts. His eyes similar to a goat's a second before getting slaughtered. I follow him. Bro, what happened? I asked him with concern. He frantically started abusing. He sits down on the mattress and complains that he has been calling out our names from so long. When? I didn't hear anything, I replied. What happened? I asked for the second time. He mentions that he fell asleep while studying. Suddenly, he felt like someone was shouting loudly in his ear. It sounded like a woman. He opened his eyes and tried to get up, but was glued to the bed. It felt like a 60-kilo weight on his chest, forcing him down. The eerie shrieking continued for some 40-odd seconds. Hearing this sent shivers down my spine. I don't need tea anymore. Had it been a girl on top, it would be a perfect night for him. But this was different. It was a ghost. KDP comes out of the bathroom, scratching his balls, and asks what's wrong. He has this weird habit of scratching his testicles in public. I, in the past, have asked him to see a doctor and offered to pay for the consultation fees as well. But he always laughs and avoids conversation about his crotch. We tell him what happened. I'm shitting bricks, he said. His balls are inside his mouth. We have goosebumps, but decide to go to the crime scene. KDP and I are leading the way. Nagya behind us. We exit the room and walk slowly towards the hall. None of us want to see a ghost. We cross the kitchen and reach there. I quickly scan all the corners of the room, even check behind the curtains. There's no one there. There's no one here. Nothing. I say 2-3 times. I want to be self assured. KDP repeats, "There's no one here, Nagya." We have slight knowledge about unnatural things. And as most ghost stories go, a spirit is mostly invisible. And only when it wishes to be noticed can it be seen by people. It was at this moment when Nagya, in a panicky voice, said, "Where is Auntie?" All of us look at the empty wall. A photograph of a woman used to adorn the hall, but not anymore. There were many days when we found ourselves discussing who the lady in the picture was. She was a different person every second day, depending on what we wanted her to be. But the most unanimous choice was that she was Mrs. Banerjee, the landlord's deceased wife. Obviously, we didn't have any clue whether his wife was really dead. KDP and Nagya look at me wanting to know about the whereabouts of the missing photograph. I put my head down in contemplation. In the past, I have mentioned many times that we should remove the photograph from the wall. My reason was simple. It's our house, so either we should have our pictures on the wall or nothing at all. Why are these two staring at me like that? They were in agreement with me about removing it 2 days back. I wonder. This is not the time for confrontation. I kept it behind the fridge, I said. We reached the kitchen, and there she was, lying behind the fridge. We pull her out gently, carried the frame, and hang it on the wall. Last thing we want is to have a spirit in the house with revenge on her mind. We three look at Auntie, and she is looking back at us with her big Bengali eyes. Suddenly, we feel wind on our faces and the curtains start moving. KDP rushes to the window and shut it. We need fresh air. None of us can study or get sleep now. It's 3:30 a.m. The plan is to step out and return by dawn. We three get on a motorcycle and reach our regular late night food joint. We wait for the night to pass while having tea and bun maska. At sunrise, before leaving for the apartment, we get tea packed. We reach home, pour the tea in a cup, and wake up Coco. "Bro, get up. We have an exam today," I say. He oinks and sits on the floor. His face lights up and he starts sipping the tea. "Where were you guys?" he asks. We told him that we went to take a break and also about the ghost Nagya encountered the previous night. The story spooked Coco. He puts the cup down, take a pause for a second or two and said, "Guys, you left me here alone to die?" Before leaving for the college, Coco lights an incense stick in the hall. We wait for him. Once he is done, we all walk to the college together. Nobody speaks. Maybe he prayed to God for passing marks in the examination. Or maybe it was for not encountering the ghost. Whatever it is, it was really nice of him to light an incense stick.